There we are. Making sure what's going on here is going. Yes, it is. Okay, so we got JJ's in the house. Delbert is here. Dale from Ohio. Crawfish Cigarette. Mary Taylor's back. Janet is in the house. Bobby Farron, welcome, welcome. I hope everybody is doing well. Lamb's Light is also here. Good to see you. Patty Forte, very good. Ah, been running around today. Today was a running around day. Did you? I got about 10 minutes, Nan or Mary. I didn't get as much as I thought I was going to. Um, Johnson got here. Johnson, I walked out there and I was like, "Here's Judith from Melbourne, Australia." Um, I, Johnson cut his hair. Ever since Johnson's been coming down here, he's had long hair, and now all his hair's gone. He buzzed his head down. He didn't shave it bald, but he's like got his hair's like that. So I was like, "Oh my God, what happened?" So he cut all his hair off. He said that was getting to be too much. Our little boy's growing up. It happens. So anyway, I hope everybody is doing well. Before we jump into anything, I just want to remind everybody that he felt guilty for the ruts he made in the grass. Yeah, that happens. But he parked on top today, so that was good. He parked on top. Um, I just want to remind everybody before we jump into anything that this is a very family friendly oriented channel. I would ask you all to please be decent in the chat. No racism, no nastiness. And if you cannot abide by those very simple, easy rules, those awesome people lit up in blue with the blue wrenches are going to boot you out of here. So we're not going to tolerate that. So just putting it out there ahead of time. That way we have no issues and we can go from there. The children will still play, of course. That's what they do. And I got to do a clarification. I got to do a clarification. Oh my God. So I don't know why some people are so hateful. I really don't. I don't. I don't get it. I don't understand why. But hey, everyone, it's been a long time since I've been here, but I'm back. Hey, Troy, how you doing, buddy? I had some. First of all, I got told again that I don't do nothing without my group members here. I get nothing done without my group members here. And then in the same breath, this person says, "Well, it took you 3 days to dig 11 post holes, right? You have never." You never have to kick anyone out of the private stream. No, no, I have never had to kick anyone out of the private stream. Um, so this person says it took you 3 days to dig 11 post holes. And I'm like, well, they must not have been watching the same videos I was making because I took 2 days. I did 11 post holes the first day, and I did 4 more on the second day. So I don't know what they were talking about. It took me 2 days to do the dog run, and so I have no idea what they were. So and on top of doing the 11 post holes that day, I did. What did I do? I moved over 100 pallets around. So, but I'm sure if I went to their channel and watched their videos on how to do things the right way, I'm sure it would be much, much better. And so what if you took that long? You got your own. Exactly. Well, first of all, JJ, I'm sure, you know, these people are just brilliant at what they do. And, that is why they're able to criticize. I don't know a whole lot of other almost 60-year-olds that are out there doing that type of stuff. I'm sure there's a few, but I know a lot of the people out there, they ain't doing squat. So, and that's okay. I mean, did I get it done? Yes. Did I get it done in the time frame that I wanted to get it done? Yes. I figured it was going to take me 2 days. And then I had Steve help me with the fence, holding the fence, getting it there so that I could nail everything down. So, and heaven forbid that I had to ask for help to get something done. I know what a terrible, terrible thing. Should have just done it all completely on my own. But I don't know. I don't get people. I really don't. Um, so I love the comment that I did get today. I did leave the comment up. So the comment today was, "Oh, that place is such a pigsty. I can't watch this channel anymore." So I told them, I said, "Bye bye." Tell them you only have two speeds. That the first one is slow and the other one is stop. I'm going to tell you what. I have to laugh at a lot of it because I'll be doing something and I get pissed off at myself because I can't go like I used to go. I just can't. I mean, I'm getting older. I get it. It happens, but I'm still try digging in West Virginia. I'm 60. I know it. I live it in West Virginia. It's a job. Oh yeah. I mean, this stuff up here, it's clay that's like concrete. That's what it is. That's what you're digging in. It's like concrete. It's absolutely insane trying to dig through this stuff. So people are always going to have their judgments. They're always going to think what they want to think, and that's perfectly fine. I don't care. You know what? I'm going to do what I can do when I can do it. Whatever I get done, I'm going to get done. And so as far as like when they were talking about like a mess, okay? I have 5 dogs. 4 of them are puppies. They're into everything. So anything that they can grab, chew up, tear up, that's exactly what they're doing. So heaven forbid, I'm so sorry to please all of the people out there that I'm not immediately going behind and picking everything up every single day. I'm so sorry that I'm not doing that. How terrible of me to do not to do that. So it's a funny thing I find Nostradamus. What I find funny, he goes, keyboard warriors love to be internet tough guys. I was just saying today, 95% of the people that say something online would never, ever in a million years have the balls to say it to your face. They won't do it. They just won't do it. So they can be tough guys online, and that's fine, but they would never to me, and the thing is, if you don't have something nice to say and you don't like what somebody's doing, go watch something else. Nobody is forcing you to watch this channel. That's the other thing. I'm not forcing people to watch this. And the other thing I just want to explain to some of these people out here that are watching, and I realize a lot of it is jealousy. Okay. I have a group. We work together. We have a game plan. We're putting it together. Because that was another comment. Oh, nothing ever gets done. And he has all these other people doing work for him and blah, blah, blah. They're not doing it for me. We're doing it for each other. And here's the other thing, just for those people out there, they're not forced to be here either. They want to be here. But I'm a big dictator. I stand up there and I stand on a box and I say, do this, do that, you do this, you do that. And I'm going to sit over here in a chair and drink my pina colada. My favorite, I'll be honest with you, my favorite. We'll be working on projects, we'll be doing something, right? So then I will grab the camera, I'll grab the camera to show what we're doing. And then I'll get these comments. Well, everybody else is working and you're not doing anything. I mean, you can't make any, like Steve always tells me, and it's so true. He goes, "What's the matter?" He goes, "You can't make 106,000 people happy." Apparently not. So, and if you let your hair grow out, you'd probably get haters for that too. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Here's what I said. I said this a long, long time ago, and I'll say it again now. If I did a video, right, with me sitting down and having breakfast with Jesus Christ Himself, somebody would hate on that video. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. And it's like it just I just get tired of stupid stuff. Now I have to admit something. I will have to admit something. I had a comment the other day which I did leave up. And they were saying again how, oh, your place is such a pigsty and it used to be so nice and it was pristine and now it looks like a garbage dump and blah 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 blah. And I will tell you what I replied to that person. I was in a little bit of a snarky mood. little bit of a snarky mood, and I told that person to go F themselves. Okay. Um, Probably not the comment I probably should have put up there, but you know what? You can take so much and then you know, you have to say something back. So it is what it is. I'm not perfect. Close. Close, guys. I will very close to being perfect. Mary goes perfect comment. Yeah. It's annoying. And people are so stupid. And again, I would love to see those people that are so critical of me and what I'm doing and what my group is doing and the whole 9 yards. Please share. Please share your wonderful videos of the perfect life that you have and how everything goes swimmingly and how you do it all the right way. I don't mind constructive criticism. All right. But if you're going to come on here and just say your place is a dump, it looks terrible, I don't think it looks that bad. That's just me. Maybe I'm sorry that I don't have manicured lawns and everything is perfect. I don't know anybody that lives in a perfect world. And if they do, it's a very sad place to be. I like to consider what I have going on organized chaos. So, must be your headphones, beef and chicken. That's why I stay in my cave. I hear you. Like I said, it is what it is. You're never gonna make everybody happy. It's how it goes. It's part of the world that we live in. So, but anyhow, Sharon says you are brave to share your life. It comes at a cost sometimes, Sharon, but I will tell you what, the majority of people that I've interacted with, that I've met because of this channel, are awesome. Um, the majority are awesome. Very small percentage are a-holes. Very small percentage are. So Robert says your audio is cracking at times. Well, I'm sorry. Um, but like I said, most of the people that I've met or I interacted with through the years have been absolutely awesome. So I really, I, you know, I shouldn't complain, I guess, but there's always days that I have my days too. So Mary saying the audio is fine here. Maybe it's, bit of cracking in Florida, no big deal. Huh, that's weird. I wonder why. So other people are saying it's fine. Yeah, so I will tell you this, and this is do you check your dogs for heartworms? No, Jimmy, no, I don't. Um, this is what I will say. As I've gotten older, my tolerance for BS has got, and I never had a big, long tolerance for BS anytime, ever in my life. Never had a real big tolerance. But as I've gotten older, that tolerance has gotten less and less. I have no patience for stupidity. I have no patience for morons. I just don't. And, so that's just kind of the way that goes. And if these people think, oh, we're getting to him, you're not getting to me. You're just idiots. So, so sometimes I'm going to tell you to go F yourself if you act like an idiot. And other times I'll just delete your comment. So, or block you. I'll do that too. If you're an idiot, I'll block you. So go bother somebody else. So go bother somebody that's gonna, you know, give you the attention I guess that you want. I don't know. It's just life is interesting. That's all I know. But yeah, I'm happy where I'm at in my life. I'm happy with the people that I've surrounded myself with, and we have a game plan because maybe these other people don't have a game plan or they don't have friends. Probably don't because their life sucks so bad they don't have friends. But yeah, no one's compelled to watch. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not forcing anybody to do anything. So if you don't like it, there's the door. Go bother somebody else. So But anyway, guys, we should probably get into the live stream, right? Hold on. Let me get my soapbox and set it over here. There we go. Now I'm going to get off my soapbox. Your channel has given me so many ideas over the years. Well, that's cool, Mary. I'm glad. Well, the thing is, my biggest thing, if anybody takes anything from my channel, if they are helping themselves and putting themselves in a position to not be victims, that's my number one goal. If they can learn something from the multitude of mistakes that I've made, I think that that's helpful as well. And I think that that's really important. You share your victories, you share your defeats. Things are going to happen. Everything is not going to go perfect. And I think that it's really important to share all those things so that people learn. Um, if everything is perfect and nothing ever goes wrong, what does anybody learn? They don't. And so of course, what happens when I do share my mistakes and I get all kinds of the critics? What kind of prepper are you? You should have been better prepared. And hey, like I said, not perfect. Again, very close, very very close to being perfect. Uh, but hey, it's how it goes. Been following this channel for 11 years. You must be doing something right. Well, I appreciate that, Robert. Yeah, I was just thinking about that the other day. I started this channel 14 years ago. September, I think, will be 14 years. So it's like, man, that's wild that it's been that long, you know. And but I've like I said, I've enjoyed sharing my life. You guys have watched my kids grow up, so but and it's been a journey. Living off grid now for 10 years. So, and it's just yeah, I do not retake videos. No. I don't edit videos. I make a video, I put it up. If you want to watch it, great. And I know people go, oh, you should edit and you should do this and that. To me, it's more genuine if I just show you straight up, and if there's a screw up or something happens, then something happens. So that's just kind of the way that I've always done it, and that's I'm not really planning on deviating from that way of doing it. Like I said, tomorrow we got a lot going on, so it should be lots of different videos. Over the next probably 4 or 5 days that you guys will see, because it's not like I'm just going to make one video tomorrow. You'll see the two videos for tomorrow of whatever we're working on, and we'll go from there. So, but like I said, things are coming together. They're going to continue to come together. It's just the way it's going to be. We're going to get our you know get our stuff squared away, and when the time comes, hopefully we'll be in pretty good shape. I like where we're at now, but I know that as each month goes by, we get a little bit better, a little bit more gets done, and it's not just like Mark coming down early, right? Came down early to work on his stuff, to get his stuff squared away. That's what it's all about. Getting and like so he got in here Tuesday, so Wednesday, Thursday, and today he's been working on his stuff, and a lot of digging. And it's like I said, this dirt is not it's not easy in any way, shape, or form. So it's a project. Anything that you're going to do, so it's going to take him a while to do what he wants to do, but he'll get it done. um Ed, do you plan on taking in any other community members on your property besides saving spots for your own family member? Of course. If somebody wants to join the group, if they go through the process, we have a process that we do. If anybody's interested, more than welcome to shoot me an email, prepreneurs1@yahoo.com. Give me your phone number. I will call and talk to you and tell you what we do and how we do it. And if you're interested, then you can join us. If not, you don't have to. I mean, like I said again, I'm not forcing anybody to do anything. So I we're we're just a group of people that are like-minded, that have a game plan, and when the time comes, we're going to do what we need to do, and and that's pretty much it. So, but yeah, we're always looking for new members. If somebody wants to join us, the more the merrier. When the time comes, believe me, there'll be plenty of land to do what we want to do with. So that's kind of the way I look at it. So, about how many more spots on your property do you plan on taking in? You only have 24 acres. Do you plan on buying more land? Um, yeah, we've thought about adding on. We tried to last year. Was it last year or the year before? And that didn't go through. But SHTF happens, everything's wide open then. We're not going to be limited. I'll just put it like this. Let's say SHTF happened tomorrow and all my people get here and we got a whole bunch more people than we anticipated, which I do believe will end up happening, okay? Does that mean we have to stay within the borders of my property? No. I got all kinds of woods all over around here, all right? So, could we expand if we wanted to? Well, we'll see what happens when that time comes. Not going to say yes, we will. Not going to say no, we won't. There's 25 acres next door that's wide open. Nobody's using it. So, we may need it for growing. You just don't know. So, anyway, we'll see what happens with all that when the time comes. In the meantime, we take care of our business here, do what we can, and we're going to go from there. Oh yeah, I think that when it does happen, you'll end up with at least 50 plus more people, more so afterwards. Yeah, that wouldn't shock me at all, Diamond. Wouldn't shock me at all. Um, and especially after everything happens, people will be looking for security. They will be looking for people that are organized, that are squared away, um, and they'll be looking for that safety. That's what will happen. That. So yeah, I have realistic expectations, and that's why literally month after month we will continue to add to our food supply because you just don't know, and so we just do the best we can, and when the time comes, we'll do what we have to do. And it sounds simple that way, but we do have a game plan and we will adjust accordingly. Everything is fluid. That's what it has to be. You have to be fluid. You can't be rigid and this is it and that's it and you can't do nothing. You can't deviate from that. That's not how things work out. Like a good example, a doctor rolls up in here and says, "Hey, I'm a medical doctor. I have this skill set, obviously being a doctor. Would you take me and my family in to your group?" Well, that's a no-brainer, guys. Same thing with a dentist. Okay, those are people that are bringing something to the table that's going to help every single person in this group. When that time comes. So those are the things that where you do what you have to do. So here where I'm at in Eastern Kentucky, people already think that the pond behind my house belongs to me. It doesn't, and they think it's a public pond. It's not. My dad and my uncle own it, and they've had to run people off. It's that doesn't surprise me. I'm very fortunate, Diamond, to be so far back out in the woods that people really don't bother us back here. So I've been very, very fortunate from that aspect of it. So all right, so what do we got? 250 people in the chat. We got 94 thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel. I do appreciate that. It really does make a big difference with the algorithms, so I do appreciate that as well. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And thank you very much. But anyway, so let's talk about obviously the topic. Hey, why? We're only 25 minutes into this chat. Are things about to pop off? My video that I did earlier has not got a lot of play. A lot of people said that they did not get notifications. What doesn't surprise me at all with YouTube. Okay, it really doesn't. There is a lot of troop movements going on right now. We are putting a lot of pieces in play into the Middle East. That should be very concerning. Very, very concerning. Okay. Yeah, Sandy's going looking for a massage therapist to join. That's right. We definitely at the end of a Saturday, everybody's a little sore. A massage therapist would be awesome. Um, but if you, I don't know if you guys saw the article. They talked about that from the Asia theater over. They 70 flights they made moving a Patriot missile battery into the Middle East. You don't move a Patriot missile battery over there and use that much flight time for no reason. All right. We have another aircraft carrier group heading to that area right now. Now, I do know that there is a rotation that they do. So, those of you that go, oh, it's just a normal rotation and they do this much of a tour, and then they're adding another carrier group to the region. Okay. So, there's something going on. There's a lot of troop movement going on. Those things, like I said, those should be concerning to people. Does that necessarily mean that we're going to do something? It doesn't necessarily mean for sure that we're going to do something, but it could be a display of force, that type of thing. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure. I don't have all the answers. I know that that is concerning. You know, you have to watch what's going on. You have to pay attention to what's going on. If something pops off out there in the Middle East, and like I said, if we decided to do something with Iran, just an example, they could shut down the strait. I think it's the Strait of Hormuz. I believe it's the strait. They control that, so they could shut that down, and that's going to affect the flow of goods coming to our country. So there are always going to be consequences for certain actions that happen. Um, you know, Hormuz, is that how you say it? I don't know. I'm sure I'm not saying it right, but doctors, nurses, mechanics, plumbers, house builders, that's who you want if you could choose who comes in the community. Absolutely. Oh yeah. So if somebody's bringing hunters, you forgot about hunters, Diamond. Somebody with really good hunting skills, fishing skills, trapping skills. Those would be the people that you really want to have. Also they're bringing something to the table. You know what I mean? So yeah, people with those type of skills are definitely people that you want to have coming in afterwards. you know, Bringing in younger people. I mean, because if you realistically look at our group, we're an older group. We got a couple of younger guys in the group, but most of the people in the group are 40 plus. All right. Because we've been around long enough and we see the BS and we see what's going on and we decided we wanted to do something about it. I don't know a whole lot of 18, 19, 20-year olds are worried about the future. They're worried about getting laid and partying. That's what they're worried about. So, what about a prison guard? Nothing wrong with a prison guard. No, that would definitely be somebody that would be a good person to have in the group. They've seen some crap. They've definitely seen some crap. So, but it's just like I said, it's like with the stuff that's going on, there's a lot of concern with that. Should be a lot of concern with that. And just like so, everybody's like the stock market. Okay, let's talk about that for a second. Now, right now, it's coming back. Trump decided to do a 90-day pause on, excuse me, a 90-day pause on the tariffs. And so, stock market jumped up huge the one day. What it had, $5 trillion in one day. That's after it lost a whole bunch. I want you to think about this. Let's just say I was in the inner circle, right? I was in the inner circle, and me and Trump were tight, and we were talking. And he says, yes, I'm putting these tariffs in. Now the stock market tanks, right? Tanks like it did. And all of a sudden he whispers to me and he says, Ed, listen, um, I'm going to do a pause. I'm going to announce it in like 2 days. I'm going to do a pause on the tariffs. And you go, thanks, Donald. Appreciate that. So I go and I freaking buy. I buy a whole bunch of stocks because I know what's going to happen as soon as he announces 90-day pause on the tariffs. Stock market's going to take back off. It's exactly what it did. Would I have made a lot of money, you think? Would I have made a lot of money? Ton. Stock market is basically rich people. You got a lot of rich people that are unhappy, you know, liberals, lunatics, whatever, unhappy with the current status quo. And so they've been trying to punish, you know, by pulling money out or whatever. It's a game, folks. It's a game. The whole thing. I will break this down to you real simple. And when I learned this, I guess, I don't know, I got something in my eye, other than my eyeball. I learned this a long time ago. And once I figured this out, man, life has been so much easier ever since. It's all a big game. All of it, everything, day to day, work, money, jobs, family, all of it. It's all a big game. And when you can come to the realization that it's a game, it just makes everything so much easier because nothing, why sweat the stuff you can't control, right? You work in a job, whatever job you're working, and the boss says, "Hey, Ed, I want you to do this." You know what I'll tell you exactly what I say. Yeah, okay, whatever you want me to do. And it's literally whatever you want me to do within reason, okay? Within reason. But, if you want me to do something that is directly correlated with my job, I'm going to do it and I'm not going to complain. You know why? Because that's why they hired me. They hired me to do this job. So if you want me to do this and it's part of the job, perfect, no problem. I don't care. And that's the other part. You have to come to that realization that, and a lot of these people, which you also have to realize, a lot of these people are on a power trip, right? They're in a position of power, so they're on a power trip, so they're going to push you. They're going to see what they can do, what they can get away with, and what they can't. Now, I will tell you this: a couple things I will not tolerate. I don't give a crap who it is, what the job is in life, period. You will never talk down to me in front of other people to try to humiliate me. I will not tolerate that. Will not tolerate that. You know, and you're not going to treat me like I'm a piece of crap. Not going to tolerate that either. But if you're respectful and you're asking me to do something that's part of my job, I'm going to do that job. That's it. I don't have a problem with that. But don't try to embarrass me or humiliate me in front of other people, and don't try to talk down to me because I'm not an idiot. Okay? So that's an important aspect of that. So just something to think about. And you have to have boundaries. The other part of life that I think a lot of people don't get, okay? There's always a certain amount of crap that you have to eat, right? If you have a family, you have kids, you have to take care of your family. If you're the one, male or female, and you have a family and it's your responsibility to take care of that family, then there is a certain amount of crap you have to be willing to eat, okay? Now, what's your line? You better have that line in your head of what is you're not going to tolerate. And I've always, and I'm straight up. I mean, I say it like it is. Um, that's just always who I've been. And after all these years, I'm not changing now. Okay. It's not like I'm going to be like, you know what? I think I'm going to do it different. I'm going to be respectful. I respect anybody's position. If you're in a position of power, I respect that position. But again, there are limitations to that. I will tell you, there have been times through the years where I have told bosses to go F themselves. All right. And here's one thing I found out a long time ago. And this is great. This is great. All right. Once you tell somebody who's in this position of power to go F themselves, you have now taken all their power away. They have no power anymore because you don't care. You're done, right? Go screw yourself. What are they going to do then? They can't do nothing. They can't have nothing they can hold over you anymore. And then you know what they end up being, folks? Scared little children. That's all they are, because all their power's gone. I'll tell you a true story. True story what happened to me. I was working for a convenience store. I was one of the, people, like if you go to the gas station and I'm behind the counter and hey, how are you doing? And I'd like $5 of gas or whatever, right? So this is back before cell phones and the whole 9 yards. This is how long ago this was. So it was a Saturday. I had my own landline. Um, so my phone rings. And I'm a night person, folks. I stay up at night. I always have been, always will be. It's just my thing. So 10 o'clock in the morning, a lot of times, if I can, I'm sleeping still. Then I'll get up and I'll do whatever I got to do. But anyway, so I was sleeping. Hey Josh, did you see two planes at DCA Airport and the small Cessna in Boca crash? The helicopter crash. What are your thoughts on all these crashes? Oh gosh, I knew the helicopter crash. That I knew about that one. I didn't know about the other ones. There with the amount of flights that we have, I'm actually surprised there's not more accidents. To be honest with you, but I appreciate the donation. And like I said, I really, I don't really, I hadn't known about the other ones. I knew the helicopter crashed, and I guess he was ex-military, the pilot of that helicopter. Uh, Scary stuff. Accidents can happen. Things can change in a heartbeat. That's for sure. So, but anyway, so going back to my story. So my phone rings and it's my boss. Ed, we're really short today. Is there any way that you can come in today? Because it was my day off. Okay. And so, and I'm like, no, I'm sorry. I can't do it. I'm sorry, I'm not going to come in. So, hang up the phone. I go back to sleep. 15, 20 minutes later, whatever it is, they called me back a second time. Ed, we're really short. Is there any way that you could come in? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I'm not coming in. Nope, I'm not doing it. Sorry. Hang up again. They called me a third time. Okay. Now, like I said, never have been a great one for patients, right? Oh, Ed, we're really short. And I went just like this, folks. And this is what I miss. Okay, this is what I miss about rotary phones. I went like this. I said, what part of effing no don't you understand? Slam that phone, right? That's what I miss about rotary phones. You can't do that with, oh yeah, how about this? Bleep. You can't do that with these. You know what I mean? You can't slam that phone down with that. Well, needless to say, not long after that, I didn't have that job anymore. I don't know why. Don't know why that happened like that. But if I've told you no twice, don't call me a third time thinking that you're going to change my mind, because it's not going to happen. So yeah, that was a fun one. That was a fun one. But anyway, oh, I missed something. I missed something. Well, it's okay, baby. No, you're not going out there. I hear the vehicle too. I think it might be Rob is here. All right, because he said he was going to be here about this time. So stop. You're not going outside. I know you hear it. No, you're not going outside. No, stop. Down. Uh, Ed, do you think anything will come from these indirect talks with Iran tomorrow, tonight, U.S. time? I would hope that they can come to some kind of an agreement, because I think Iran, like I said, and again, and I've talked about this stuff before, guys. Iran is not a threat to us. They're really not. They're really, really not. Okay. They've been put up there as this big boogeyman, like North Korea was put up there as this big boogeyman, and that turned out to be a big nothing burger. You ain't heard squat about North Korea in a while, have you? You know? Stop. Down. I figured Rob was there. Yep. I figured that's what it was, Sandy. So, but anyway, Iran is not a threat. The only reason that there would be an issue if we make it an issue. So, you know, a lot of people don't understand, a lot of these tariffs and all this other stuff, all that is a negotiation tool. The threat of us doing this you look at what's already happened because of it. Vietnam has come to the table. A lot of other countries have come to the table, and now the tariffs that they had on us are not there now. It opens things up. So yeah, if we make the threat of we're going to put this big tariff on China, or we're going to put a tariff on Canada, or whatever the case may be, it brings people to the negotiate. Well, yes, stop. Right now, I'm not in the mood for it. You're not going out, so stop. Um, it brings people to the negotiation table, and that's ultimately what the president is trying to do. And I think with the troop movements and stuff, again, concerning, absolutely yes. It could be again a tool to say, hey, look it, we're ready. You want to play a game, we're going to play a game, and you're going to lose, because they will lose. If we decide to do whatever around the world, these smaller countries can't stand up to us. They can't. There's just no way that they can stand up to us. So, and realistically, who would benefit? I want you to think about this, guys. If we went after Iran, who benefits the most if we went after Iran? In the comments, please. I'd like to hear your thoughts. And in the meantime, while you're doing that, we're at 254 in the chat. We got 144 thumbs up. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel. Again, I do appreciate that. It really does make a huge difference with the algorithms. So I appreciate that as well. The interaction makes a big difference. Also, if you are not subscribed, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. So I'll give you guys a minute to put your answers in here, and then I will tell you who benefits the most. You want to take care of Tom there for me, please? JJ, thank you so much. I told you the children will come to play. Look at us. Here we are, 41 minutes in, and I'm just opening this now. All right. 5 people answered my question. The correct answer is Israel. Israel is the one. That was the 4. I saw you remove a couple other things. I didn't see what they said in the other ones. I missed it, but I saw you delete the other ones. Like I said, the children are going to play. They're going to, ooh, look at me. Pay attention to me. And that's why I have you guys to make them go away. So there we go. It's perfect. But, but Israel benefits the most if we go after Iran, because that's the one country that wants, Israel to be wiped out. Hey, Terrence, some civilians that work government jobs were given inside information on the memos about upcoming military attack by May. A prepper group got the info and left to the mountains. U.S. waiting to attack Iran. Thank you, Terrence, for that statement. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for the donation as well. Would it shock me if something popped off? Absolutely not. It wouldn't shock me at all. It's one of the reasons. It's one of the reasons why I continue to tell you guys, and thank you very much, Terrence, for that as well. It's why I continue to tell you guys, prepare, regardless of who's in power, regardless of what's going on, good times or bad times. Continue to prep, continue to get ready, because when it happens, when it pops off, we're all going to be in the same boat. We're all going to be screwed. Now, how bad you're going to be screwed is going to be up to you. And if you put that effort in and you get yourself ready, yeah, Trump is not making nice. No, he's telling them, here are your options. And if they don't wake up, then he's going to show them that he's not screwing around. I like that kind of mentality. I just do. I definitely like that kind of mentality. So, in the thing, so I'm going to tell you, I'll share something. Well, we're going to do egg count here in a minute, and then we'll talk about that after the egg count. I was going to share this with you, what my thought was on certain things, and I'll share that with you afterwards. And but Ed, what do you think about the tariffs with China? The concerns over most of our medication coming from there. Actually, most of our medication, Dina, comes from India. Most of our medication comes from India. Ed, have you forgotten any of the training you got in the military? I haven't. No, Tony, that's there always. We might be old, but that training's still there. We know what we need to do. That is absolutely. It doesn't go away. So, but all right. How many eggs today, guys? And yes or no for Miss Betty White. And once again, um, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to do that. What are we at? 159. Let's see if we can't hit 200 again, just because why not, right? So if you have not shot that thumbs up yet, let's see how close to 200 thumbs up we can get before we got 15 minutes. So let's see how much we can get there before we jump off of here, and we'll go from there. But let you guys take a minute and get your guesses in, and then I will tell you the answer of where we're at with the eggs today. Now she's standing right here, and one of the things she likes to do, she'll put her head down and she'll push up against my thigh when I'm petting her. She's a nut job. So, all right. If you had the same exact guess as Dust Devil with 2 eggs, and yes for Miss Betty White today. I think the colder weather today kind of slowed him down, and so yeah, we only had the 2 eggs today. And yes, Miss Betty White did lay today. Um, so congratulations to Dust Devil. You have won absolutely nothing, but you are happy about it. Yes, I see you. You're a good girl. You hear stuff and you want to go check it out, but you can't right now. No, you can't. When we're done with the stream, we'll go out. I promise. Come on, stop. Down. Stop. Down. Uh, all right. So I was going to share this with you. So we've had people. Um, Trump is not a diplomat. He's a negotiator. He's a businessman. I mean, and businessmen do business deals. That's what they do. So, but so what do you got? 170, 30 more thumbs up, guys. Let's keep them coming. And I won't ask for another one after we hit 200, I promise. So we got more than enough people that we could get 30 more thumbs up and it'd be over with right away. Some of you are like, I'm not giving you a thumbs up. Well, then you don't have to. But anyway, let's say SHTF happens 2 weeks from now, whatever the case may be. We've had people that were in the group before that have left the group. Would they be welcomed back? All right, that's a great question, because maybe they show up and go, hey, SHTF has happened. Can we join you again now? And the answer to that is no. If you've left the group of your own accord because you didn't want to do what we needed to do down here, that's on you. We're not welcoming you with open arms when things go bad, because everybody else has worked hard, invested their time and their money, and done everything that they've done here. And because you didn't feel like doing it, you think that you get to come back? Mm-mm. No, no, no. Sorry. Now, would we take in new people that had nothing to do with anything, that were coming through, that were looked like they were decent people that needed help? Yes, possibly they may come in, depending on what they're bringing to the table. It's just the way it is. That's reality. So everybody needs to read up on Scott Bassett. He could be a huge Soros guy. Trump could easily be played by him. Oh, that other guy? I don't know about that guy. Tony said, Ed, I can still spot an ex-military person when they walk. Oh, absolutely. Once you have your military walk down, it never goes away. You will always walk in that military man. I've actually had people that I had no idea who they were. We'd be talking about something, and they would go, "You're ex-military, aren't you?" And I would go, "Yeah, how do you know?" They said, "By the way you carry yourself, by the way you walk, by the way you treat people." Um, it's a respect thing. I've always tried to be respectful of other people. Love the way you love your puppies. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I love the freaking animals. That's just, I've always been an animal person. And, the puppies, the dogs are going to give you love, and they're loyal as the day is long. And German Shepherds are just a different aspect of that, and the loyalty that they have, and the love that they'll have for you. Um, it is amazing. It really, truly is amazing. And I got to say, I'm very, very fortunate. The four puppies are awesome. Man, they're getting so big. I got to weigh them again. I absolutely got to weigh them again. I might have to try before Sunday. When I see it, and I'll give you an update. Because the last time I weighed them, Kali weighed 35 pounds. Genghis and Caesar were both 40, and Zeus was 41 pounds. So if I weigh them again, I'll bet you they're much bigger now. They're growing like they are eating me out of house and home. Because like I had somebody say, "Yeah, what's your food bill with those puppies? It ain't cheap." And it is what it is. So Peter said, "Ed, we all love the doggos plus the videos of the pups and Hella." Well, I appreciate that, Peter. Yeah, they're fun. They're good animals, and like I said, we got a good area here for them to run around, and that's helpful. And they make a mess, they sure do, but that's what dogs do. I mean, just anything that they can tear up, they're tearing up. So you get them toys to chew on, and like the conch, that's a huge one. They love that. I give Hella conch, she ain't going anywhere. She will sit there and lick out that peanut butter. And I will tell you, so I'm going to show you guys this. I'll show you this. So I just went yesterday, and I this is how I buy the peanut butter. This is puppy peanut butter. Okay, um, me, I do Peter Pan. I like Peter Pan honey roasted peanut butter. This is for the dogs. So I go and I pick up, what is this? 4 pounds, 4 pounds of peanut butter every day, twice a day. I fill the conch, and that's what they get. And then and I will tell you what, they go through some peanut butter, but it's good for them. And then I'm giving them eggs every day, so they get eggs every day as well. And they're growing. They need that energy. You know what I mean? So that would last us a year. Yeah. No, that will be gone. Maybe 10 days, maybe 10, and that'll be gone. And I'll have to go get more. I'm probably going to stock up and get a few of them because they go through it that quick. They're it's that's they're growing, and it's a good protein source for them, and it's good for them. And so, but yeah, it's they love it. So they're fun. Like I said, I've really enjoyed them. I didn't keep any of our 10 Golden Shepherd puppies, and I so regret not keeping at least one. How could you not keep at least one? You know what I mean? And I get it. People probably were lining up to get them, and that's cool. But yeah, I just, I when she had 10, I was like, holy crap! I can't. Her first litter ever, and she had 10 puppies. I was like, that's crazy. So, but yeah, it's just they're enjoyable, and I love them. And I look at those puppies, the feed on the boys. Them boys are going to be big dogs. They're going to be. I mean, Kali's no joke. I mean, but you can already see the difference between her and her brothers. I mean, she's so much smaller than they are, and I think she's going to be probably around the same size as Hella. I mean, you can tell she's a solid dog already. One of the other people that took one of the females when Kali weighed 35 pounds, they were telling me that the female that they got was at 30 pounds. So, that's a big difference just even in the females. So, um, but yeah, they're fun, and I hope the people that got the dogs, I hope they're enjoying them, and hope the pups are doing well. And like I said, it's very, very enjoyable. So we got 187. We need 13 more, guys. 13 more thumbs up. So I would appreciate that. Let's see if we get that up to over 200 before we jump off of here. I have 4 baby kittens to give away if anyone wants one. Yeah, but and I'll tell you what, I will have cats again here as well. I like cats, always have. Cats are a lot of fun. They're actually it's you know they're actually they're just cats are so independent, and and if they like you, then you're good. So but the dogs are the loyalty. Like I've said it before. Um, Dog will never eat you if you die, right? They'll lay down by your side and they will starve to death. They will not eat you. A cat will eat you. We will be getting the bees by the end of the month. So actually, we're going to be set. That's one of the projects too that we're going to be doing tomorrow, is setting up the hives. So we're going to be getting three sets of bees. So we're going to have 3 hives set up, back behind over here, and I'll show you that tomorrow. That'll be one of the videos that we're going to be doing. But we're going to get them all set up. They'll be ready to go. And so when we get the bees, we'll just a matter of putting them in those hives, and let's see what happens. But we're actually thinking about, when the real cold weather comes, is doing some kind of greenhouse type of thing over that area to keep it warmer for the bees. I don't know yet. Definitely going to insulate this year. Going to insulate for sure, when we get towards winter. But I think because they won't be in the upper meadow anymore and they'll be down here in lower, and have the buildings and stuff, that'll help block a lot of that wind. And I think that will help. So we'll have to see. So I hope so, Peter. I don't want to keep having to buy bees every single year. So, we're gonna one of the projects that we would like to do this year is get a greenhouse in. So we're gonna have to. Oh, a Maine Coon. Oh my God, that I would love a Maine Coon. Those are awesome cats. Huge, huge cats. So a lot of fun. So, but could be the spring that's killing off the bees too. I heard that. I don't know how much of that would be true. It wouldn't shock me, but I'm not going to say that that's absolutely what's killing off the bees. Uh, the weather, obviously, I think was a factor. In our case, the bees had plenty of food. The hive was dry. There was no moisture in the hive. There was no hive beetles or anything else like that. So, um, I think the cold is what killed them, and that was so depressing because they were awesome. So we're at 198, guys. We need 2 more thumbs up. When are you getting pigs? I don't know exactly when that's going to happen. What I would like to do is get to a point where we get pigs like in the spring, raise them up, and then butcher them in the fall, or have 2 sows and a boar, keep them, and then have their piglets, and then raise the piglets up, and then butcher them in the fall. So that may be a way that we go too. Are you going to let Hella have another litter? I haven't really decided yet. If I do another litter with Hella, it will not be this year. It would be next spring, but I don't know if I'm going to do that or not yet. I really haven't decided. So here we hit 200. Awesome. Thank you guys. So, but it won't let me thumbs up anymore. How crazy is that? That's weird. But I'm not sure if I'm going to breed her again. Haven't really decided if I'm going to or not. But like I said, it's just we have a lot of plans that we want to do this year. Besides what we're like doing this weekend, we want to get a greenhouse in. We want to get going with that root cellar. We want to get back into working in the bunker. So there's a lot of you know, a lot of projects that are going to be, number one, time consuming, that are going to be expensive. We're going to have to eventually get the turn fixed as well. We're probably going to have more gravel for the driveway at some point this year. So there's a lot of things that we want to do, and the way that we're going to do it is very methodically. I mean, when we decide that we're putting in the greenhouse, while he's here for the greenhouse, he's going to dig out for the root cellar at the same time. So it'll be a combination. When we have the excavator guy come in, it's not just going to be, here's the one project that we want you to do. Uh, we'll have anybody that wants any work done, he'll come in and he'll work in those areas as well. So, but again, one step at a time, one thing at a time, one day at a time. We got projects this weekend that we want to do. We'll see how those go. We'll see what we get done, and then we'll go from there. We're just going to, like I said, very methodically focused. The pavilion more work is going to get done on the pavilion this year. Before the winter comes, I want to have that buttoned up really, really well for that. So that's insulation underneath. That's getting the ceiling in, getting that insulated, and getting the like shutters or whatever we're going to put in for the windows. So what's the difference between a root cellar and a bunker? The root cellar would just go into a hill where you just kind of walk in, and that's just going to be strictly food storage. The bunker would be something that would be a longer term thing. If things went really haywire and really bad, that we would have to move everything underground, and so that way for protection and all those type of things as well, and possibly living quarters. The root cellar would not be living quarters. That would be strictly storage. And again, you would still utilize both. If the time came, if you had to have people stay in the root cellar, if that was worst case type of scenario, then you would do what you had to do. But the bunker is more for a long-term type of situation where if we had to, that's what we would do. So, but lots of going on, lots of projects this year, a lot of things. We will make substantial progress. Of that, I have no doubt. Of that, I have no doubt. So, I got Hella a new collar. Yes, she got her new flea and tick collar. It's already on. Um, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm holding off on the puppies because if I got them collars right now at $50 or $60 a pop, right? What's going to happen? They're growing. The collars would get too tight. I would have to cut the collar off and get another collar. I'm going to wait till they get bigger. And when they get bigger, then they will get their collars. I don't want to get a collar and put it on so loose that they slide it off their head and it's gone, because that's a waste of money. So that's what we're going to do. So, but all right, guys, I am going to go ahead and jump off of here for now. Oh, the shock collar you're talking about? And I haven't got that yet. No, nope, I have not got that yet, but I will be getting that. That will be happening. So be safe, everybody. Keep prepping. Take care of your business. Like I said, again, we never know what's going to happen. And I'm going to leave you with the last thing, right? STD. Step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do, whatever you are trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to cause, or only one that can stop you from achieving your goals is going to be you. That's it. So hang in there, guys. Keep doing what you can do. Control what you can control. And that's it. That's all any of us can do. Have a great weekend, and I will see you all later. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now. I'll see you all Sunday for the live stream Sunday.